Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Kerbin Space Program JNSQ-KSP, and right from the launch pad. So in the last episode and the very end we found out that actually our next contracts are going to be around Minmus and not exploring the Mun like I actually thought. So today we are launching Minmus 1 with Valentina aboard because Jebediah already flew past the Mun. So we're now going to send her out on the next adventure, aka going towards Minmus. I have no idea whether we have enough fuel or anything else, so we're just gonna find out and hope this goes well. And pressing spacebar for a quite slow lift off actually. Okay, even though we have a thrust to weight ratio of 1.2 or just under 1.2, now we've got 1.2, there we go. The rocket design is kind of a hodgepodge between our Luna 7 mission, kind of the core stage and the upper stage. However, I incorporated some ideas from our space station mission that we had with this multiple Terrier engine stage as our kind of medium-ish stage. As for the launch, because this is our very first time launching this craft, we're gonna have the launch fully in, kind of recording the entire launch, or at least the most part. That's at least my goal. And we have some wobbling up here, that's bad. So auto strut and wobbling is gone. Best way to solve wobbling, or at least for me personally, that is. Anyhow, so as for the I actually want to talk about something small after ditching our next stage here, and that is, as you've noticed in the past or in the last few weeks, days, whatever, the launch upload schedule was very weird. And yes actually, like I mentioned in the previous couple of episodes, and well, for you it's pretty much a couple of days or maybe a week ago or something like that. I mentioned, or in the last couple of weeks, I talked about why I'm recording multiple episodes in advance for longer times to come, and so on and so forth. And this is now over, or at least the time that I planned to pre-record for is over. And yeah, the actual schedule of my videos got worse and worse in the last few weeks because it took me longer, or in other words, I have pre-recorded less than I should have, and that's why I stretched it a bit out, and then I made a couple of mistakes in terms of publishing schedules. So a very good example is the SSTO Mun and Minmus SSTO video, which wasn't supposed to be released but got released at some point in a weird fashion, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm trying to re-establish something reasonable upload schedule from now on, or that was at least the idea. However, to be quite honestly, I'm not even sure whether I'm actually going to continue or restart my previous upload schedule the way it was, because like I mentioned in the last episode again as well, I kind of ran out of ideas, or I didn't really know what to do, or any good ideas with Kerbin Space Program, the regular kind of missions that we had up until recently. Like for example the Min and Mun SSTO, or the Minmus space station, a couple of follow-ups, or the Lathe exploration series that we had, things like that. Is kind of one reason because of that, and the other point is Kerbin Space, like you've already seen from a lot of other YouTubers most probably, Kerbin Space Program active development of the first regular Kerbin Space Program is finished. So all the resources are going to get poured into KSP2, which is brilliant. I totally am looking forward to that game. And it's not like KSP is dead per se right now, but without any active development and me kind of running out of ideas, I'm debating whether I should actually stop playing the regular, KSP. And I haven't played it now in quite a little while right now. So this is now the first time me playing Kerbin Space Program in over a month, almost 2 months, and This is JNSQ, like I mentioned, JNSQ has more or less the advantage of having a straight timeline, so I think I'm going to continue with this series for still a little while now, since I know what to do, or it's pretty linear in terms of ideas, and I'm not quite sure how to honestly from this point onwards. Also, well, we're actually dropping into the atmosphere, we should point more upwards. There we go, we're rising again because we don't want to drop into the atmosphere, that will be bad. And now we have a super high upwards. Oh, we've already got periapses. Wow, that's what you get when you're not paying attention to whilst flying. Anyways, where was I? Okay, yes, so that's because of all those reasons I'm not quite sure what to do. Except kind of JNSQ and kind of the future of the channel in general. So I'm going to be quite honest here, I'm not quite sure what kind of videos are going to come out in the near future, whether it will continue to be as regular as it has been last year, but we will see. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I kind of wanted to say on that topic right now. So enough of talking about not good things, time to talk about more interesting things, and that's how to get to Minmus. I would say, as our usual procedure, is doing a transfer burn on the ascending node, or descending node for that, and just getting into the sphere of influence of Minmus, and that's pretty much it. Wow, already that, brilliant. Maneuver node created. Maybe I should actually pay attention to how the encounter is going to be, since I do want to have a flyby of, how's it called, low Minmus, in order to get biome data. That's okay, that's less okay, that's even not good okay. I think we're just gonna do a mid-course correction burn to put it into an we don't even have to go equatorial, but it would obviously make things easier whilst returning, I expect. Who cares? I'm not in the mood to fiddle too much around with it. That's good. And now either up or down, which one is it? Neither of those. Oh, brilliant. Okay, we have no other choice but to do a mid-course correction. Whatever. In that case, we still are 25 minutes away from the maneuver node, so let's just time warp forwards. Do we want to do a cut? Nah, we're gonna be there in just a second. So we're 8 minutes into the episode. The other small thing I want to add change is trying to make keeping the episodes a bit shorter, because the last couple of JNSQ episodes were rather long. Well, rather long, were almost, even if not all of them, over 30 minutes, and that is honestly speaking a bit too long, as A, from the YouTube algorithm standpoint, and B, because well, yeah, I do think that 30 minutes is quite a long time. And I think like around 20 minutes. I was like honestly targeting 24 minutes. 24 minutes and 1 minute to pretty much wrap things up. So 25 minutes was more or less the goal from the start. And I'm going to try and keep myself a bit more, trying to shorten it down, 22 minutes, and then wrapping things up going towards the 25-minute mark. So pretty much something like that. That's the idea. So that's just something, because I do think shorter episodes are going to be also better received by the audience. But if that is actually not the case, please tell me down in the comments below. I would super appreciate that. I should maybe pay attention to the maneuver to the... Do we even get an encounter? Despite me almost perfectly execute... Oh, there we have it. There is something. Oh, thank you, the man is playing with us. Could you please explain me? We have perfectly executed the maneuver almost, like 0.7 meters per second, and we're going on an escape trajectory. Somehow. Please explain me this. I hate this. God darn it, KSP, why are you doing this to me? Pain. So I guess I'll have to fiddle around. Do we get immediately an encounter with not the Mun? I don't care about the Mun. Well, you tell me that in 44 seconds we have to go a bit retro again and we get the encounter immediately. Why do I not trust this? Okay, we are at least in orbit and... Oh, there we go. We finally got an encounter. There we go. That's a close encounter. Very good, very good, very good. Then let's time warp halfway through and do a maneuver over there to get a bit closer. And a bit closer. I pressed time warp there and we are kind of in a weird position. Okay, how brilliant. Let's eyeball everything with so much fuel so we can just eyeball it other way around. Okay, spinny, spinny, spin. Now we're in the tutorial plane approximately. Now let's go this way. This is going to make us closer. No, it's not going to make us closer. Are you going to make us closer? Yes, you are. That's pretty much it. 44 kilometers. That seems solid. Let's time warp here and map mode adieu. Is this the Mun or is that Minmus? Probably the Mun. Where are you, Minmus? Minmus, Minmus. Minmus should be bigger than in stock KSP. Do you guys see Minmus? Probably not. Speaking of seeing things, I can remember in the last episode I was actually pointing the cursor towards the Mun whilst we were in orbit around Kerbin, and after that when I watched the video on YouTube, aka half an hour ago, you weren't able to see it, which is quite interesting. So yeah, YouTube does compress it quite a lot. And where the bloody hell is Minmus? We're in 4 seconds. Oh, there is Min. Whoa! Hello, Minmus. You're a lot less minty. Observe the goo. Nice. We're in space high above Minmus. Lock pressure data, thank you. Crew report, thank you. Lock temperature report, thank you. Then EVAU, do an EVA report, thank you. Take data, take data. Please tell me you can take this data. No, you can't. So let's get a bit closer and collect data. Thank you. You cannot restore it. We are aware of this. Take data. Brilliant. And now it's pretty much just time warping to periapsis. 24 minutes. You're telling me that we're gonna zip by the entire thing here in 24 minutes? Boy oh boy, that's quite fast. And this and Minmus does not look like very minty, which is kind of a shame. Interesting indeed though. Okay, let's have a look. Crew report. While in space near Minmus. Thank you. Let's flip around the capsule because I do want to see the things here. Take pressure readings. Thank you. Take observe goo readings. Thank you. Brilliant. 40 science point. That's going to be a juicy science mission. EVA report. Thank you very much. Take data. Take data. Even though we're probably never going to reuse those 2 experiments. Another question is, which one is it? Okay, it's this one. Collect data, thank you very much. And grab and take data board in order to enable doing another crew report. Now we have 1,400 meters per second left. Anything else we want to do? No, not really. Are we gonna be on a crash course? Yes, we're actually on a free return trajectory to Kerbin, which is absolutely brilliant. Now before we do that, we need a nice screenshot for the thumbnail. Do you guys think this is a good thumbnail? Well, you'll see it already. There we go, that seems a lot better. Now we can have a nice space for the title above. Brilliant! And with that being said, time to time warp down to Kerbin, because you guys will probably be skipping forward quite a lot since we're now leaving Minmus and dropping down to Kerbin. So see you guys after re-entry. Okay, here we are back to a black, wow, that's a weird background, wow. Okay, so conclusion of Minmus 1. Science earned almost 300 science points. Wow, brilliant. Okay, so first of all, EVA report from Minmus Lowlands. We could have actually min-maxed this one a lot, but didn't feel like doing it. So that we have no. That way we have actually a reason to go back to Minmus. Ah, brilliant. Then atmospheric scan, another 40 points for science. Temperature 30. Goo while near Minmus, 40 points. Crew report near Minmus, only 20. Wow. EVA report Minmus 20 as well. Then Goo atmospheric scans high Minmus 30. Temperature high Minmus 20. Goo 25. So from 25 to 40 biome change, but atmospheric scan ended like a lot, really a lot. 48 science points and 30 in the other thing. Very interesting indeed. Crew report 12.5, and recovered a vessel from Minmus flyby 15 science points. Obviously here absolutely nothing worth it. And Valentina gained 3 experience points and still is not level 2. What a shame. So now that looks very weird indeed. So let's recover these 2 parts here. Okay, and you as well. Thank you. Wow, we get a lot of small little pieces of debris here. Gaining some money here. Okay, brilliant. So out of pure curiosity, let's have a look at our contracts here, because we have 0 contracts. Okay, so the next one is actually going to be the Mun. Dock 2 vessels around the Mun or on or around the Mun. Walk on the surface of the Mun. Transfer any crew between vessels near Mun. Very interesting. So they actually encourage us to do a Apollo styled thing. Okay, interesting. We do have our space station in case we actually just don't need Apollo, but still would like to do something like that, so that's brilliant. Docking on around the Mun is a stepping stone into building greater things, plus it's one of the few times when ramming things together is encouraged. Next logical step: tripping, falling, rolling, tumbling or skidding also qualify. Nice, I'm actually looking forward to tripping and then falling over into the into the lander, which will then tumble and start rolling down this down a cliff, which will slowly transition into skidding it down. Wow. Okay, that was so dumb, I'm sorry. Space stations, nothing really significant. But anyways, more important things first, so we're definitely going to pick this one up, because that's obviously what we're going to do next, is exploring the Mun like I initially planned. But first, we have 300 science points. So let's have a look. Aviation, absolutely worthless. We want to go to the Mun and not to the other side of Kerbin. Some rover parts, some leathers, meh, we should be able to deal with it without those things. So we can either go for heavier rocketry, mainsail, twin bore, cheetah, skiff, and Kodiak. Precision propulsion, I do like this, especially those are tiny. Those are even smaller than that. So the Twitch engines, especially the Twitch engines and the Cup engines, I do like those a lot, because we can work around with R4. Okay, so we can work around with these engines, building an interesting lander design, which might be a bit smaller. So this is definitely interesting. So we can actually pick up two nodes here. Advanced fuel systems, less of an important thing, just bigger fuel tanks, so less parts. This will give us fairings, Mark II fairings, large docking ports, definitely interesting. Attachment points, more stacking. Grabbing units, definitely not interesting. Supersonic flight, well, like we said, we're not going to go down this road for quite a while. rapier, and that's probably the aerospace. No, that's just big space shuttle parts. Landing systems, we can manage it without it for the time being, at least. Fly-by-wire, monoprop vernier engines and reaction wheels. So actually command pods here. We've got the Minmus excursion module, which is definitely interesting, considering a lot of things. Cupola, less surface bay, less large command pod, could be interesting. The processing lab, very interesting indeed. Like the hitchhiker is very good for space station building. Precision engineering, communitron. Okay, a larger antenna, Petro command probe core. The Note Rockomax micronode. Larger antennas, even more antennas and struts. Okay. A cubic strut. And this is definitely interesting here in terms of building satellites and probes in general, with having usable solar panels. So the solar panel thing is very important if we want to go for probe exploration. However, if we want to go for a more solid curved exploration, we definitely need command modules, especially for the MEM and precision propulsion. I think those two things are what I honestly really like. Okay, so precision propulsion, definitely gonna take that one. And next up, probably command pods, just to have the Minmus excursion module. I mean, going to the Min Apollo style without having Saturn 5 ports, which is so ridiculous. This is so dumb, honestly. This is so dumb. They can get like heavy rocketry, but you cannot get the, how's it called, the Apollo 11 parts. You can't get them until you at the very end of the entire tech tree. But they are encouraging you to do the Mission Apollo style without enabling the Apollo capsules. Kind of interesting indeed. So that makes the decision a bit harder, since we do have like small docking ports as far as I'm aware of it. So do we really need the MEM? Or shouldn't we just go with the with the command capsule? Or should we just go for you know what? You guys, you know what? I have a better idea. We're gonna leave our 200 science points the way they are right now, and I'm going to go and build something, probably the next episode, because this episode is, like I said, we're only gonna go for less time, 23 minutes right now. I'm not going to go over the time limit, like I said, 25 minutes. So we're just gonna actually end earlier. So next time, and we have a lot of money, so we might actually upgrade something. Level 2, level 1. I know you are already level 2. Administration building is not really important. Space plane hangar, we're not going for space plane just yet, so that's not very important either. Yes, I do think that's actually it for today's episode. So next time, we're going to start the construction of building and development of our lunar exploration vehicle, aka how we're going to go down to the surface of the Moon and back. And with that, we're going to complete our next milestone, I would say. So I hope you have enjoyed today's episode of Kerbin Space Program JNSQ, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Space Sheep signing out.